at another way to improve our chess game. And the other way we're going to look at to improve our chess game is to master your moves, eliminate blunders with these tools, tips, strategies that we're going to be looking over tonight. Very well. Maybe it's a day for you, it's not for me. I just want to welcome you to the YouTube channel and to this particular video, Master Your Moves, Eliminate Blunders with these chess tips, tools, and strategies. Tricks might be a better word, I don't know. Not really tricks. Just this is for you to be thinking about as you work on your game. So in this captivating episode, we will provide you with invaluable techniques, strategies, and resources to help you master the art of chess and eliminate those pesky blunders once and for all. That's the hope anyway. And to eliminate those blunders, it's going to take some work and effort for myself as well as anyone else. And so prepare to enhance your gameplay and sharpen your skills with this expert advice. So what goes on in your mind when you find yourself making errors and costly blunders in your chess games? Well, sometimes I really worry about it. Well, here's a thought. Don't worry. We've got you covered with some ideas. In this video, we're going to explore some chess tools and strategies that will help you to eliminate those pesky blunders and take your game to the next level. So here is a game that I played against Jimmy, a bot that's available on chess.com. He is rated at 600, I'm rated at 7 something or other. 736. And you can look at this game and get an idea of it and see where we're at on this particular game. I moved it to where, we did most of the opening moves are done. Almost everything's been developed. But it starts getting interesting and get, a move or two from here. So, a theme that I want to use, I have lots of themes, but this one I'm going to use at least for now, at least for the foreseeable future, is check your king, check your opponent's king, and then look at every single piece and make sure that each piece is okay. Make sure it's happy. Make sure it has a way of escape if it gets attacked. Look at what attacks can come to it in one or two moves. If you can look 2 moves, you're doing pretty decent. 3 moves is to me 3 moves is quite a big issue to look at 3. So check each king for possible checking moves that can come either way against your opponent. How can you check your opponent? How could you possibly move to checkmate? And then look at your own king. Does your king have a way of escape? Is there somebody that can come and cause trouble for your king? So one of the most effective tools to reduce blunders is chess analysis software. You can get that on chess.com, Lichess, other places. Whatever tool you decide to use, make use of the chess analysis software. It may not make any sense, but study it. You can examine every move and how it compares to the same moves in the databases. Lichess has a database of I don't know how many games. So whenever you make a move and there's a pattern on the board, it can compare your move with other people that move that same way, and see how that compared with other people that made the same kind of move, and what happened, what was the success rate. So that's the theme. Check each king, and then check each piece for safety, retreat, attack. Use every single piece. Let's look at every piece on the board. Doesn't take but a minute. So as you use the chess analysis software, you're going to be thinking those same things. So whatever platform you play, analyze the games. They're very powerful programs, and they're going to pinpoint tactical mistakes, overlooked moves, and best moves. I think chess.com talks about brilliant moves. I don't see very many of those come my way on my particular games that I have, but I'm working on it. So let me get this fixed up so that we can see what's going on here, and we'll take a look at this. All right, so here is, let's just start going forward. So he moves his king. I don't know why he did that, except I could have put him in check. Actually, well, I couldn't have taken this. Maybe he was looking a couple of moves ahead that I could take this this pawn. I don't know, but at any rate, he moved his king. So I moved this up because this was a weakness. It was a hanging bishop, and I needed to check this. So I check over each piece. These are fine. There's nothing wrong here. That is a weak piece. It's not protected. Keep that in mind. Queen is doing fine. It's protected only by the pawn. That's protected. This is protected. This is protected. This is protected. So I only have one piece that isn't protected at the moment. Now he has a piece that is of interest because I think I could probably take his knight and then probably go cause trouble somewhere else. Not sure. I don't remember exactly what I do. So he moves his king up again. Well, that entices me. I'm pretty sure I go the next move here and put him in check. Because I can put him in check and take this piece, then I can move my queen up and probably take the pawn. I don't know what there's all kinds of opportunities. Of course, he sees that the bishop is a problem, and so he comes against the bishop with a protected pawn. So I can't take this pawn without suffering some consequences. So obviously, I take his knight instead, and then he moves forward. He shouldn't have done that. That was a mistake on his part. Maybe he was in a hurry. I don't know. But that's a blunder. If I get in a hurry, I blunder. So then the next move, he should have taken this with his next move. I don't think he does. I think he does something else. Well, I take it. Okay, it's fine. Then he takes. We just traded bishops. But I got a free knight out of the deal. So I moved my queen up because this is a weak piece. I check over each piece of his. His rook isn't protected. This pawn's protected. This pawn is not protected. This pawn is protected by the king and the bishop. It's got two pieces on it. His knight is protected by this pawn. This pawn protects that one. The king is protecting here. The king is protecting there. So the king is offering quite a bit of protection. But this pawn is a freebie right there. And so I could come over and take that pawn, perhaps. He moves his king up, so he doesn't go over here and protect this pawn. And so I go there inexplicably. Maybe I just want to take this pawn instead of the other one. I don't know why. So this is all the different ways that I could move my queen. It's funny that it kept that information because I was playing with that a while ago when I was thinking about this video. So then I go and take this pawn, and he comes up with his knight. So I move my rook here, and that leaves this pawn and this pawn unprotected. You keep that in mind. This bishop's protected. My king is probably okay because there's no longer a bishop here. So he takes his pawn there, I take my pawn there. So it looks like maybe I started the analysis a little late. Early in the game, Jimmy took my other knight for his queen, used his queen to take my knight, which was not a good tactical move. But it left me knowing that I don't have anything on they're green here, but they should be black squares, whatever. Alright, so I take my queen here because I can threaten his rook. I can get it for free unless he does something. He does. He moves it. That's good. He should have moved it. So now I have to decide what to do. I move this pawn up, which he should be able to take with his his rook, which he does. And then this is unprotected here. I don't have an easy way to take it. That's unprotected. I don't have an easy way to get to it. So you can just go over all the pieces pretty quickly. This pawn, I think I'm going to move this up so I can trade rooks. I'm not sure. Nope, I'll go back up to play around with some more check things. Alright, so here I put him in check, and then this way, and so his rook, he decides, instead of moving his king that way, he puts his rook here. Well, that's a good strategic move, I suppose, but if I were to bring this pawn up here and get it out of the way, then I would be able to have two pieces on this rook, and his king wouldn't be able to take it. And that's exactly what I do. He threatens my bishop, and so I made a decision here to not worry about the bishop because I was just going to get his rook. I decided to consider to trade, also because I was going to be able to put him in checkmate, or well, close to checkmate. So he takes a move. He moves his knight here to possibly protect his rook, and so I just take his knight, and then he takes my bishop, and then I take his rook with my queen, and my queen is protected, so the king can't take it, and so that's good, and he can't move this pawn. So just take a quick scan of all the pieces. He's going to move the king. He has to move it here. He only has one place to move it. This is a weak pawn I have. So just keep an eye on your weak pieces. And there we go. All right. So so when you review your games with software like this, you're going to become more and more aware of your own weaknesses and improve your decision-making processes, especially with this underlying theme that I've been talking about here. And then if you set a time control, that can also be a game changer. Because when you play with a limited amount of time, you learn to make quick decisions and accurate decisions. And it decreases your chance of blunders. At first, it won't seem like that. Train yourself to think quickly, but don't rush and don't compromise your calculations. Calculate every piece, 1 or 2 moves. Find the right balance between speed and accuracy. So we're going to come back up here and see what we can do. If I were to put him in check here, then I could take this pawn. Of course, I couldn't do anything fun because he has this bishop on him. But still, I could have done that. I don't think I did. So I take my knight up here, and so then I think next I'm going to take my knight here, but my knight is protected by my rook, so it's really good to move your pieces in a way they're protected. This square, there's nothing against this square, and he has his bishop is protected by the king. Fine. Rook is protected by the bishop. That's fine. But if I go and he moves his pawn up, well that you know. Chess.com puts a question mark there. What was the point? I don't know. I don't know what the point was. So I go here and I threaten his rook and his bishop. I don't think I actually take his rook here. His king moves against my knight, and then I make a blunder. Instead of calculating what I could do, what I can't do, I put my rook up, which is crazy because it doesn't protect my my knight at all. And so he takes my knight. So then I move my queen down to put him in check, but that was a blunder on my part. And it wasn't a timed game, and it was against somebody that is 100 points yellow lower than me, so I should have done better than that, but I didn't. So now I go here and put him in check. So it's going to be a long, weary battle of check, check, check. So I go here and I put him in check. He goes there, and I decide to trade rooks. I would have already had his rook had I been paying attention, but I take his rook, and then he puts his bishop there because it's almost the end of the game. And then I go here, and then he just, he's just trying to move out of the way. So once you get 2 pieces against a piece that is trapped by the king like that, well, it's a goner. So he just moves down. That's about all I can do. And then I take his bishop, and it is indeed checkmate. So that's what you're trying to do. There's some other strategies you can use. You can study chess theory. There's lots of books written by experienced players. They provide incredibly valuable insights into various chess principles, various strategies, tactics, openings, endgames, all kinds of patterns you can recognize and take advantage of. By studying these materials, you'll gain a solid understanding of chess fundamentals, making it less likely for you to commit blunders. Playing against stronger opponents is an excellent way also to spot and eliminate blunders from your game. When you're faced stronger players, they're going to be more tactically precise than you are. They're going to have more on the go than you are with their tactics and their strategies and their understanding. And as you see their strategic thinking, it's going to expose your weaknesses. It's going to hurt, yes, but it's worth it. Embrace these opportunities to learn from your mistakes and avoid repeating those mistakes in future games. Practicing chess puzzles is also a great way to sharpen your tactical skills. Find them on chess.com, and I haven't seen them on Lead Chess yet. I'm pretty new to Lead Chess. But you can do that and sharpen yourself. Pattern recognition, reducing blunders, recognize what a puzzle is, and it requires you to think about your best moves or combination moves and calculations, and you only have a limited number of moves. Also, there's going to be fewer pieces on the board for the chess puzzles, so you have fewer pieces to check. Remember what the theme is for this one? You remember? As a teacher, I want the student to remember. So you check your opponent's king, you check your king, and then you check every piece on the board to make sure that it's happy and that it has a way of retreat and it's protected, or if it's not protected, just take note of it. Maybe you can't protect it, then maybe it doesn't really matter at that point, but still, check both kings first, and then check every other piece and see what it's like. So, regularly solving puzzles will improve your pattern recognition, your calculation abilities, and make you less prone to blunders in practical games. So let's look at another game that I played. So I stepped it up a little bit, and I played against Aaron, who's rated at 700 to my 736, and we will see what Aaron does here. So the next move I make after, in this early opening game, is to protect my my bishop. Very similar to the previous game, but this is pretty much my game. This looks a little bit like Caro-Kann. It's not the Caro-Kann, but it's close, and I may switch over to that in the future. I've been studying the possibility. Right now, my objective is just to get everything out of the back row, unless I see something fun I can do and trouble I can cause, and I go have fun and cause trouble. So if I use my strategies, my king is okay, but it has an avenue here that could be trouble. It has an avenue here. Everything else is protected. This is a weak pawn. It's nothing. It's just hanging out. The knight's good. All my pieces are good. This is protected. This rook is not protected. It's just hanging there. This rook isn't protected yet. So we've got some problems so far. So go look at his. This rook's not protected. This is protected. This isn't protected. This is protected by his queen. This is protected by his bishop. That's protected by his rook. These pawns are all protected. These pawns are protected. His rook isn't protected. His king has a... Every time I see a queen in front of the king, I get all excited because I can possibly put a rook there or something and cause him trouble. Anyway, so let's see what the next move is. He moves his pawn down, and then I move my my knight here. Obviously, I want to go right there. It's funny that it left those lines in there for when I want to roll it down. So it's hilarious. All right, so I want to go. I want to threaten his queen, which I did. And if he doesn't realize what I'm going to do, then I'm just going to go here and fork his king and his rook. He did see it apparently. Well, good for him. He should have seen it. So what I could have done at this point is I could have gone here. Oh, that wouldn't have worked. Never mind. I would have had to move this pawn up, and then I could have gone there. But that's a little iffy. Of course, he could move his knight there, and it's no longer a thing. It's not pinning his deal. So that's what I did move. All right, I didn't realize I did that. Now he moves his queen over here. I could have moved my pawn up to threaten his queen. Not sure what I did, but hopefully I realized that I could now go here. Let's see what I actually did. So I castled, and so that was a decision I made. Oh, because this pawn could have been taken. My earlier analysis showed this pawn was weak, so maybe that's why I did that instead of move. I don't like to move the pawn up. So he moves his knight out, and now I can still go up there, and I can uh, I can fork his king and his rook, which is an exciting thing to do. There we go. So he's in check. His rook is also threatened, and so he moves his king there. So I just do a quick check of my king and everything. No one's going to put me in checkmate. Nothing serious has changed since the last time I did this analysis of all my pieces. I look at his pieces. Of course, I know what I'm going to do, unless there's something crazy I could do. Maybe there's a way I could put him in check here. I don't know. Maybe I could. There's nothing I could do. But if I could move my queen right there, well, I couldn't because it would be taken. But if I could move my queen right there, it would be a good thing to possibly get him in checkmate really soon. But there's nothing I can do. I take his rook. Then he moves here to threaten my bishop. And I could have just taken his bishop. I wonder if that's what I do. No, I don't. I move out of the way. That was a blunder on my part. I didn't check each one of his pieces to see if it was protected, if it was strategic or not. I said, oh, the bishop's attacking. I better get out of the way. That was impulsivity on my part. So I want to quit doing that. And so he moves his bishop back. I take his knight. What was it I took? Yeah, I took his knight. And so he takes, which he should have. Now my knight still can't escape. If he moved his queen down, he could possibly get my knight. So I don't like that. So I move my queen up because I'm going to go there and get ready to take that pawn. And so he moves his queen there. I don't know why. His queen's kind of captured. All these pieces are kind of captured, or not captured, but they're kind of useless. I mean, they can't do anything. They're not in the game. So I move my queen over there. Great. He can't keep me from taking this pawn, which is my desire right now. He moves there inexplicably. I go here, puts him in check. Then he goes here. So then I can move my knight here and put him in check, and I may be able to get this. Seems like that's what I do. Puts him in check. He moves that way. I don't know why. So that's fine. So I go here and put him in check and protect my knight at the same time. And then what he should do is see what of his moves. If he can't go here, he can only go there or there. So, and then he should look at all of his other pieces. This is unprotected. This is unprotected. All these are unprotected. This is protected by his bishop. A lot of unprotected pieces. Okay, so he goes there. So what I can do is sacrifice my knight, and I guess I didn't do that. I like discover check. So he puts his queen there. Maybe it's going to get back in the game. I don't know. And so I put my knight down and put discover check. In other words, my knight is safe here because I put him in discover check, but he's only safe for a minute. He moves his king there. And I was thinking about wishing I could move there, but I can't because it's protected by his knight and his bishop. So there's no hope to move there to put him in checkmate. Wouldn't work. So I put him in check again. He moves there because he can't move here. And so that leaves his bishop free for me to take. And I take it. And there's nothing he can do. He could have moved this. He did move his bishop. Okay, great. Moved his bishop there to take that. I should have taken his bishop. I don't think I did. And then he moves his king there. I should have taken that. I should have taken that. These are blunders on my parts. I didn't use the what we're talking about, the theme here. Check each king for possible checks, each piece for safety, retreat, and attack. I just didn't do that. I had something else in my mind, and so I don't like that. So I want to overcome that weakness. But I was excited about getting this pawn up there, and that's all my focus. I was so much focused in this part of the of the game that I wasn't paying attention. Oh, you know what? I couldn't have taken this. His queen's got it. How funny. But I at least could have taken that. Oh, well, anyway. So he puts his queen up. I put him in check again. And this is a pretty decent check because the queen takes care of all these squares and, of course, puts him in check. And my pawn takes care of that square. He would have been checkmate except for the wily knight. Look at that. No longer in check. But it leaves his rook where I can take it. That was his only move. Well, yeah, that was his only move. By law, he had to take that move. you know, whatever, by the rules of the game. So I get to go take his rook, and so he is down another major piece. So I've got 2 rooks and a bishop and a knight, getting ready to get myself another queen. He moves down here, and you know, if before I move, I should check my king. He can't put me in check. Oh, he moved here. What I should have done is taken his queen right there. I don't know that I did, because I don't know that I checked each one of my pieces. Always check all your pieces. See what they're up to. I'm pretty sure that what I did is move my pawn up. No, I didn't. I moved my queen over there. What was kind of dumb. Didn't need to do that. So he takes my knight. So he moves. He does one that was dumb. He moved his queen there and he moved there. So I do remember that. So I take his queen, and then I can see that my king is in danger here. It's not in danger any other place but this corridor. But my opponent doesn't have any more corridor pieces. Doesn't have any rooks. Doesn't have a queen. All right. So now he takes that. I take that. And now I resume my quest for a queen. So I've had that focus there, and it's cost me a couple of, maybe 3 good moves. I had 3 other opportunities to do good, and I didn't do it. So finally get another queen. Then he's going to go down here. I'm probably not going to be concerned about it because I'm getting ready to cause him a lot of trouble. I could just move my queen there and put him in check. I mean, it might be checkmate if I had done that. I don't think I did. No, I didn't. And so then my next move, he takes my pawn, which means that he has a way of escape. And so I do that, take his knight. All he has is pawns left. And so it shouldn't be a big bunch of stuff, but it is. So I move there to take this pawn. He takes that, so I probably wasn't paying attention. I didn't check each piece before I moved. His king is sort of in trouble, but it's kind of protected. My king is fine. Nothing's going to happen to my king unless these pawns come down and cause me trouble. I don't think it's going to happen. But these pawns can sure cause trouble for, possibly getting a queen back. So I go there, put him in check again, and there he is again, escaping. So I put him in check with my rook. He moves there. And then I just do a quick perusal of my pieces. I should have probably taken this pawn, but I didn't. But I put him in check again. He goes there to escape from check. These didn't have a lot of options, because he could have gone there as well. So I finally take his pawn, and then he has other pawns. If you put this pawn down, he shouldn't. I don't know why he did that. Because is he in stalemate? No. It's not close to stalemate. So I put him in check. One thing I do is I keep my king in check when I have a situation like this. Then he moves out of check, but he's in it. This is a bad place to be. Anywhere along this row is bad to be. Because if I have this all closed off, well, it's the end is near. So I put him in check finally with that. He moves down, and finally I move down, and it is checkmate. But what a beastly game it was, because I didn't follow all these rules that we're talking about. These are the ideas. So check each king first. Check every piece for safety, retreat, attack. And then make your move. And then after you make your move, study the board. Your opponent's going to be studying the board. Might as well study it right along with your opponent. Reducing blunders takes patience and practice. Take your time and evaluate positions. Consider multiple candidate moves. Visualize the consequences of every move that you can make and they can make before you make your move. Stay calm and focused throughout the game, and avoid impulsive moves that can lead to blunders. You don't want to have a blunder. You want to have it where everything is beautiful and you're able to get everything done that you would like to get done. And that's the objective, right? You want to win the game, and you want to eliminate the blunders, etc. Stay calm and focused throughout the game. Avoid impulsive moves that may lead to blunders. So there you have it. Some chess tools and strategies to help you eliminate blunders from your game. Don't be discouraged by mistakes. Instead, learn from them. keep improving, and thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more chess tips and tutorials. And happy playing! Have a wonderful day, and I look forward to when I can absolutely check you later. So thank you so much for watching, and you take care. Until next time, and thank you again for watching.